Peace and blessings, everyone. I hope all is well. I want to come on here and do a shadow reading right quick. Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the thing that came to mind was investigation. Something about somebody doing some type of investigation. Either they gathering stuff off of someone, either they gathering information off of someone. The King of Cups. Okay. And here's the High Priestess. Somebody gathering information off of somebody. It could be a police investigation going on. I do see fraud here. I do see fraud because I see an investigation going on here dealing with especially for those of you who have applied for those PPP loans, and if you don't have your business established, and if you don't have up to 500 employees, and if this a business entity that haven't been established, or if it haven't been patent or anything of that nature, and you've been in business for quite some time, this is an investigation that's taking place. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I do believe that these people who are doing the investigation, they're waiting until the deadline. The deadline is not today because it's May 30th. It's 1:09 a.m. where I am. So this investigation is so the deadline would be tomorrow on Monday, which would be May 31st. And this is them. They were waiting patiently. And it's like now. Because they're waiting to see who all were applying for it, and it's like now they're taking action. There's also a drug bust that's taking place. I even see roadblocks, whereas they're checking for ID. People don't see it. Whereas they're checking for IDs. Because this is like a roadblock. It could be like at an intersection or a four-way, or it could be at an intersection. People, they're checking for ID. They're checking for your driver's identification or state identification. They're checking for insurance, registration. Is what I'm seeing. Because I feel they coming up with different things to try to bring. They're coming up with this. This norm the time that they do it, but they're lacking funds. I wouldn't just say they're lacking funds, but they're trying to build up more and more funds, basically. Personally, on the other hand, okay, those of you who are watching these people on the internet, even on YouTube and things of that nature, you not need to get caught up in it in terms of like getting swayed away by what this one person is saying, to get carried away by it, taking and running with it. Because the thing is, you're needing to get both sides of the story first prior to doing that, or you need to sit back and really observe. You do not want to come to any assumptions. So the thing is here, do not come to any assumptions. Do not set up and come to any assumptions, because if you do, you could end up shooting your own self in the foot. See how there's like this person out on Front Street? You could end up shooting your own self in the foot. I do also see here. I do also see people doing different things and coming up with different ways trying to take people down. Here, I see there's some emotional manipulation here, and leading someone on. I do see that here. Or those of you could easily be led on at this time. So I say be careful. That's what I meant by when I say it's coming up again. It came up in the love reading. Be careful. Be careful. Do not assume if you don't have any facts. Do not assume if you don't have any facts. Because with the Eight of Pentacles here, I see that some of you all could try to assume, allow yourselves get swayed away and assume, and may say that they have one thing when they may not have shown you yet. You see that pentacle on the ground? That's a fact that's missing. Also, I'm also seeing here that you, because see, this is a fact that's missing. With those pentacles that are sitting on the ground. Okay. On the other hand, I'm seeing here at this time, I'm getting at this time that there's some secret romantic or sexual relationships that could be exposed within families, because I do see it here, because we got the energies that about to happen in Gemini. Gemini represents what's in your surroundings, your environment. It also represents siblings. I do see that's going to get found, that will get found out, and that's going to be exposed. I do see that. Some of you could be brothers and sisters, 2 brothers or 2 sisters, if not more. But I feel particularly 2 brothers or 2 sisters, or a brother and sister, or if not, you could be close cousins. I also see here that there's going to be some deception that's going to take place. Somebody money has been getting taken from them, or somebody been getting taken advantage of, or their money has been getting taken from them and stolen from them, is what I'm seeing. This person could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, have it in their chart. They could have been greedy, but somebody could be getting their money, and it's more so like this person, it's like they slowly taking and accumulated in their accounts, or they're accumulating it on their own. Somebody building elsewhere. I do see that somebody here, whoever this is, they building elsewhere. They take it from you, or you could be taken from them, and they building elsewhere. It's more so like their way out of this situation. It's what I'm seeing here. Some of you all need to be careful at this time, because there's a trickery. I do see trickery. Whoever this person is here, they could try to offer you something. People could try to sell you something hot off the streets, or someone near you could try to sell you something and you do not know where it's coming from. Be careful of salesmen or people who advertising things or coming at you with financial offers, because I do see it being like a pipe dream. They're swaying you, they're persuading you, talking you into it. They got the gift of gab. They get it all in your head. They know how to get all in your head. And what happened is that, or this could be someone, a prostitute or a drug dealer, and they could be undercover, and somebody will get busted. Cause this is trickery. Some of you may need to go to the doctor and get checked at this time, because you may, or somebody need to go to the doctor and get checked, because some symptoms will show up, whereas they may have they need to go to the doctor and get checked, because something may show up. It may cause some illnesses or sickness, but go for to be on the safe side, because somebody could end up having it, or somebody could have an STD. Because Gemini is about transmitting. Some of you all, when it come down to dating or partnerships, you could see, and if it haven't worked out in the past, because this is disappointment, but this is you finally seeing that thought process. You see that it was your thought process. In a way, that it was your thought process which have played a role in the outcomes. And it's like now you're constantly questioning things after seeing that. You question things. We're in Mercury retrograde, so this is reassessing. So this is reassessing and reevaluating. Some of you may even find out about some things. You may find out about some things and may put together something that may have seemed kind of off to you at one point, and you may end up addressing that. It's like you'll be digging and gathering more information for it. Some of you are getting played right up under your nose. When I say some of you are getting manipulated and played up under your nose, some of you are getting manipulated and played up under your nose. Here is what I'm seeing. And be careful, because someone at this time could try to set you up. Or somebody's going to set somebody up for the either go to jail, or they're gonna get busted. Like somebody could be getting set up at this time, so be careful. Be very careful at this time, and follow your gut if you need to. Be careful at this time, because somebody could be getting set up. Somebody could be getting set up. They get somebody could be getting set up for to get robbed. Somebody could be getting set up for to get robbed, get killed, get kidnapped. Cause like something being trapped in this cup and being taken. Somebody could be getting set up for to get robbed, get kidnapped, or it could be a drug bust. But be careful at this time. Or could be set up for to get attacked physically. So be careful at this time. Especially by any enemies. Either open enemies or secret enemies. Two of Pentacles, that's uncertainty. If you feel any uncertainty, do not go forward. Don't make it assumptions, but at the same time, do not go forward with wherever this is if you feel any uncertainties. Because this is what you don't see coming. Mind you, as stated, Jupiter is in Pisces. Which means anything is possible. Five of Swords. Win the battle but losing the war. When I see this, it's more so like because this is like trickery in a way. It's like you may think things had died down, but it didn't, or something may have went well, but it necessarily didn't. This could be planning for something to happen. Some of you could get recorded at this time, so be careful what you say as well, and how you respond. So be very careful with that at this time. And if you tell a lie, you better keep it. Like my grandmother used to always say, and the older people used to always say, when you tell a lie, you better keep that lie. Because I see some people, they're not going to be able to keep that lie. They're going to slip up. Make sure you got locks on your gas tanks. Make sure your vehicle stay locked, and make sure you got locks on your gas tanks. Because I see people putting sugar in the gas tank. They putting things like sugar and things of that nature in the gas tank. Or stealing vehicles, or stealing parts off of a vehicle and taking it elsewhere and selling them. As I stated, be careful what you purchase from people. Don't be blind. If they don't have a receipt to it, do not purchase it. If they don't have no receipt to it, do not purchase it. Cause this way you're gonna get busted. This could be a setup. And this way you can get busted. So be careful with that. Business dealers, be careful. Make sure you interview them, question them, interview them real good. And do not go into any relationship. Do not go into any relationships blindly at this time. We're in Mercury Retrograde. Do not go into any relationships blindly at this time. Because you may not know what that person's intentions are. You may not know who their surroundings. You may not know about the company that they keep. So be careful with that. And anybody who come back from the past at this time, or people that come back from the past at this time that you had something with, be careful. I do see somebody could get killed. Or it could be a near-death experience. Or they could get injured, or they could end up or they may come back for revenge. So be careful at this time. I do see a man that's gonna get tricked here by a transgender person. I'm seeing deception from a transgender person with the man. Or it could be a man attacking a person who is either the same sex or who is transgendered. It's a heterosexual male. If not, it could be a homosexual male, or a bisexual male, or a transgender person attacking this heterosexual male and killing them. I do see trickery, as stated. It like they disguise themselves as one thing, but or telling you one thing, but it's a whole nother thing. Or they may appear this way, but then next thing you know, they're in a threat and you talk about some out of the blue, talk about so if you say one thing, tomorrow I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm just saying, I'm just saying. Be careful who you let in your home. Be careful who you trust. Be careful who you let into your home. I even see somebody sneaking up behind somebody or stalking somebody or being dropped off at somebody's home. Or somebody else being dropped off at somebody else is dropping them off at their home. Or this person knows a person and they're dropping this person off at this person's home. For the either try to rape them or hold them hostage. They may think that this person their friend, but they're their enemy. It's kind of like from the Players Club when Lisa Ray was just making it home. Diamond, Lisa Ray was just making it home. She just left that club that night. That was the same night when the people got to fighting in the club. When 2 Live Crew was there. Them and Ice Cube, all of them got to fighting in the club. So she just came home and she was heading up the stairs to her apartment with the keys. And Ronnie, Crystal Wilson, she had this man in the car with her. And this man ended up I can't remember what the man's name. But she ended up dropping this man off, and this man was coming up. She knew what she was doing and what was going on. Lisa Ray Diamond, she thought that I don't know, it just something was off that night. Lisa Ray just didn't catch it. But that's what I'm saying. Be careful of situations like that. And be careful of getting, make sure you're protected. Because I do see people getting robbed at service stations at this time. Or if they're out walking. So definitely be careful of that. And I do see accusations being made, whereas there's going to be like false arrest, and you may have to have evidence to back yourself up to get yourself out of this, because assumptions are easy at this time. It's very prone at this time, and people who have been in the system are prone to assumptions. So be careful at this time. I'm going to stop right here. And I do see people are prone to molestations at this time, especially children. So protect your children. I do see them being prone to molestations at this time, or people are in general are being prone to molestations. And this person, and whoever this person is doing this, or whoever this person is robbing, for example, they're good at hiding. The person that's robbing, they're good at hiding evidence. And somebody may try to kidnap your children, or try to kidnap the children, but it's like they may not get away with it. Or this child may leave something, whereas it can be easily detected, because Mercury retrograde, the Gemini is about reassessing. Gemini is about the details. Paying attention to the details of things before they will connect to the overall picture. They will all connected to see the overall picture. Some of you sometimes need to quit more so looking at things from a physical standpoint, and start looking at it also from a metaphorical and spiritual standpoint. because there are some things that you're missing, and that will help connect, and that will even help connect with the physical details, which is part of the overall picture, seeing the overall picture, so you won't miss out on anything. But I'm gonna stop right here. But this is your reading. Thanks for watching. Till next time, peace and blessings.